Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome back once again to Coffee with HDR here in the beautiful HDR studios, along with my friends from Custom Dynamics here in southwestern Pennsylvania, the home of the rain. Boy, it's been raining, huh? It's been raining about everywhere, I think. And let me go through here this morning, first of all, and go through some shout outs to see who's in here. Good morning to you, Jeff Rice. Good morning, Marcy. Good morning, Paul, Chuck, HDAV Traveler, NVA Rider, Bronco Ride, Dusty in the Wind. See where I'm at here. Bob Nelson and Triglide Ed. Good morning to each and every one. You, Rocky J. Welcome aboard this fantastic magical train here in southwestern Pennsylvania. Captain Ed, hello. It's a beautiful day in Connecticut. Man, had to get to Connecticut. Wow, that would be amazing. I'm going to also, as I'm talking to you, try to find some pictures here. Good morning, Henry, my buddy, my buddy that came over last night, and man, I'm going to talk about last night because it was a really, really, really good time. We had a lot of fun. We had the neighbors over, and it was just an all-round good evening. Let's see here. I'm going to share some pictures of last night with you, and see if I can't get this over here. Maybe I got to resize this thing. I got to buy some new monitors. I think we could probably share that like that. Let's see what happens here. Good morning, A. Craig. Nice to have you on board. Harley 103. John Franklin, good morning to you. Got a great group of people in here this morning, and I appreciate everybody coming to spend a little time with me on a Saturday morning. And John Franklin, Smyrna Cowboy, nice to see you on board there this morning. Good morning to you for Coffee with HDR. And I am going to try to share a screen here. Let's see if this works. And as I'm talking, I found I can make this full screen. So let's do that. Let's bring it up full screen. And right there, why can't I do application sharing? Let's see if I can just share an application. Oh, yeah. No, that's screen 3. Maybe a window. There we go. We'll share this. This will be all right. We will share the screen this way. And yeah, that looks better. So anyway, there's a picture right there I wanted to share to you first off of Henry. Henry brought over all this stuff all diced up and ready to go. He made some Chinese rice, and he had rice, and he had some mushrooms in there, some onions, and man, he could probably go on and on in the chat room and tell you everything that was in there, but it was really, really some amazing rice. So the reason we were doing that was we were having our fish fry. Now, we've been talking about fishing each and every weekend. We've been taking the boat out. We've been hitting the lake, and we've been catching crappie or crappie, however you want to pronounce it. Same meaning. It's a really cool fish. And most of the fish on average we catch are between 9 and 11 inches. So 9 and 11. They have to be 9 inches to keep them. So last night we decided to have a fish fry. Let me see if I can change these pictures at all here. Let's see here. So here is our big bowl full of crappie. And as you see, we tossed them in the bowl. Those are all of our fillets. My man Henry actually had to teach me how to fillet a fish. And watching some YouTube channels there, some YouTube stuff. But anyway, so filleting the fish up, getting them off the scales off the back. I used to scale the fish, but you don't have to do that. You can just take a filleting knife and you can just fillet right on the bottom of the scales, and they'll come right off. Good morning, Jim Wilson. Nice to have you on board there. We're just going through our fish fry from last night. Again, here's my man Henry making some Chinese rice. Here's the fish. There is the choice of the weapon of choice, the old deep fryer out there in the garage. So what we did with this fish, I watched a guy, Paul, good morning. I watched a Bronco ride. Did you cook a dream? Yeah. Did I cook a dream? Hmm. What's that mean? I don't know what that means, man. But anyway, um, steak. Oh, that's right. That's right. Bronco's not a seafood person, not a fish guy. But what I did was I watched a video of how to cook crappie, right? And I found a guy that said, look, all you do, this sounds really weird. All you do is put sour cream into the fish. So you make the big bowl of fish, right? Here's our again, our big bowl of fish. And I dumped a half of a large container of sour cream in there. And then you deep fry them. And you have maybe a beer with it. You have to have a beer. Good morning, Harley 103. Keith, nice to have you on board there this morning. And then you end up with some really nice golden brown fish with a really nice batter. So anyway, you put the sour cream in there, and then you just keep dumping flour in and just keep working it with your hands until you get all the sliminess out of it. So it has to be dry. It ends up as a dry powdered fish, basically. You take it out and you just put it in your hot grease, and you just drop it down in there, and you're good to go. Here's a nice shot here with even more of the golden brown fish. Good morning, everyone, to Toby. Wow, that looks really good. It was really, really amazing. Do I have any more pictures on here? I do not. Okay, let me unshare the screen. Take this off. Stop the screen share. But yeah, it was amazing fish. Mrs. HDR likes ketchup. You know, whenever you fry fish, she likes to dip it in ketchup. I like tartar sauce. I don't know what the group here likes. You know, I'd like to hear from you. When you eat your fish, do you dip it in ketchup or tartar sauce or something else? Anyway, Mrs. HDR came down. She made herself a plate. She bit into the first piece of fish and she said, "Oh my goodness." She said, "I don't need to dip this in anything." It was amazing. So it really, really worked out great. NVR Red, I love fried fish. Walleye is probably my favorite. So actually, let me, Ricky KM, good morning to you. I've got my coffee. I've got my coffee too, Ricky. We are having coffee together, my friend. Maybe we can't sit in a restaurant, but we can surely sit across the internet and have coffee together. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Don't forget the salt and the pepper in the batter. So when you get your fish in there, when you start out with the bowl of fish, put salt on it, just a little bit, not a whole lot, and pepper them down a little bit. Put some pepper in there. Then the sour cream. Then the mix, 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 mix. Then a lot of flour. Then mix, 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 mix again. Get your grease to about 350 to 400 degrees. That's all you need. It doesn't have to be any hotter than that. And just start dropping your fish. Nancy Weems, good morning to you. Good to have you on board there. So, yeah, salt and pepper in there. AJ Craig, tartar sauce or tomato sauce, depends on the mood. Okay, so tomato sauce is kind of like ketchup. And if you're a Pittsburgh person, you're into the Heinz ketchup because Heinz is right in the city of Pittsburgh. HDV Traveler says, I love some fried speckled trout. I've never tried fried trout. I tried to, I guess maybe skillet fried trout one time, and it wasn't my cup of tea because trout has a lot of bones in it, and I don't know how to debone a trout, so that's one of my downfalls in life, I guess. Ed, I was kind of thinking the same thing. Where's the hush puppies? What kind of oil in the fryer? So hog driver, that's a good idea. That's a good question. What kind of oil was in the fryer? We used Crisco. Instead of just dumping like liquid oil in, put your Crisco in, let it melt, and get it ready to go. We also did buy HER. It's a Southern thing. Yeah, I know hush puppies because we used to have a Long John Silver's, and my dad used to love hush puppies, man. I could take them or leave them. I mean, they're great. I think they taste good. I don't know. I guess I never ate a lot of those hush puppies. But anyway, good morning, Road Glide Andy. Good to have you on board there this morning. Now you're hungry, Nancy. Yeah. So we caught fish. Yeah. The last time we was out was, I think, last Sunday. last Sunday we went fishing, and we knew we wanted to be on the lake early, so we got out there about, I don't know. Well, we got on the lake at 7:30. 7:30 we were on the lake, and we bought 3 dozen minis, 3 dozen minnows. By the time we left the lake, we almost used all the minnows. We caught a total of, we figured, 20 crappie. Henry caught a couple bluegill. We tossed them back in. We didn't keep those. And we ended up keeping out of that 20, 14 crappies to bring home to clean. So that was a 2 beer cleaning day. And what that is you got to drink 2 beers to get through 14 fish. So, but we have it down pat pretty well, myself and Henry do, because we go to the garage. We set a folding table up in the garage so we don't get, fish guts all over the house. Good morning, Bodine 52. Nice to have you on board there. But yeah, you don't want to get fish guts in the house and all that stuff. So, yeah, Long John Silver's Toby is a really, really cool place. Good times. So we do them in the garage. We flay them up. We have a bucket of water. We go through the flay, and I should get some pictures of that sometime. But man, we had tons of fish down there. I don't know if I have any pictures of that. I know this isn't really a fishing show, but this is a show about learning a little bit about old HDR, what he does, how he thinks. Let's see here. Where is... I know I took some pictures a while back because myself and Mrs. HDR went out a while back here fishing. And we caught some, brought them home, and I cleaned them up. I don't see one picture from that cleaning session. But, yeah, nothing. Anyway. It had to be. Oh, here it is right here. So here's a picture of the cleaning session. Let me share this screen here. Let's see. Window. Photos. So this is the table we set up with the bucket of water. So this is our cleaning method. Every time we go fishing, this is what we do. We come back. We go to the garage with the catch. We lay them out. You see we got those little cutting boards there. And that's kind of our fillet station. So, trying to catch up with the chat room here. Harder to quit moments lying in bed. Wind therapy does help, but right now it can be bittersweet. Paul, it's about coffee with HDR, your choice of subject. Paul, thank you very much. I do appreciate that. And just a little bit about the insides of HDR's mind, what we do when we're not on a motorcycle. We have been doing a whole lot of fishing. Here is the beautiful Mrs. HDR. We got the boat dropped in the water, and she's standing there ready to go. That's probably when I was taking the trailer up and parking it up on the hill. So, yeah, the HDR variety show. Yeah, you never know what you can get on a Saturday morning with HDR. Let me tell you that. You just have no clue whatsoever what's coming. But yeah, she's just waiting there. I was up, like I said, taking the car and the trailer up, coming down. During the hurricane, hopefully everybody's okay. I mean, we really, our thoughts and prayers went out to everybody, man. Louisiana, Mississippi, all those areas got hit really, really hard. We got hit with the rain, not so much the winds. And let me shut this off here. Let's see. Stop screen sharing. So we did get hit really, really hard with the rains. I mean, like a lot of you out there, right? Downpours of rain. I think somebody said we got 6 inches of water in maybe like 3 or 4 minutes. And I don't have any pictures to show you, but our whole town where we do our shopping, like it's Burgettstown. Okay. So if you look on the map, look for Burgettstown. It's kind of like a fishbowl effect because it's lower than everything else around it. And there's a creek right behind it. The creek overflowed its banks. It did that before during hurricane, and we believe it was Katrina. It overlaid the water, went all the way up, to the store level. They did sandbag it, so the store was fine. Nothing got in their store this time. The last time they had to tear the store down. I mean, because it was just totally destroyed from the floodwaters. So they tore it down. Yeah, Bronco, I said fish and coffee with HDR. Hey, you can't beat that, right? Um, HDR, if you were parking the car, who took the pic? Oh, wait. Well, I took the pic when I was, oh, that's right. I took the pic when I came back. So I was walking back. I grabbed my phone. I was like, oh, this is a precious moment. And I took the picture. So, yeah, she was waiting for me while I parked the car, but that's when I was walking back. Good question. Good catch. I saw a raccoon cleaning his teeth with a toothpick after he put fish guts in the garbage. Yeah, man, we had so much fish guts in the garbage. Just fish. Daughter and grandson visiting. Try Glad Ed. Good morning. Daughter and grandson are visiting and just got up. So I got to go this morning. Take care. Hey, thanks for stopping by. And, it is a family friendly show. The grandson can watch it with you and he can see what us motorcycle people talk about, just about anything. But thanks for stopping. Have a great day with them, man. I know I love when my grandkids come over. We have a great, great time. Last check with her. Fever was mostly gone. Trying to see who you're talking about there. I hope somebody's fever is gone. Feeling very fatigued and weak. I hope everything comes along there. HAV Traveler, I live in the Austin area. If you do come here again, I hope it will be under better circumstances. Talking to Toby. Let's see here. Just going through the chat room, just checking things out, just trying to catch up on everybody. And yeah, so anyway, everything's looking good. We got a bunch of people in here this morning, and that's always a good thing for a Saturday morning. So, just trying to catch up. Oh, sorry to hear that, man. Somebody passed away, and Toby, our hearts go out to you. Pains Rods, good morning to you. Just jumped in, saw the fish. No idea what you're talking about. We had a big fish fry last night, Pains Rods, and we had the neighbors over. We had a little bit of adult beverages and a lot of fish. Oh, fish guts is fertilizer, man, but that would bring the raccoons right out of the woods. They'd be up here all night long. Henry, you riding this weekend? I actually came home from work on Thursday. Yeah, Thursday. I came home from work Thursday. I threw a helmet on. I jumped on the bike and I took off. Haven't had the bike out much because it's just been raining. Man, it's been raining and raining and raining. So trying to get any video footage to push out there to the channel has been non-existent. Just between work and rain. I mean, Keith said, "Where are you from?" Keith, I am 20 miles southeast of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We are in a town called Burgettstown. And like I said, so Pittsburgh, 20 miles southeast, and you will find Burgettstown area. Dusty and Wayne, good morning to you. Saturday morning ritual, coffee with HDR and dippy eggs. Man, you keep making me hungry for dippy eggs. I might have to make some today. We try to make something different for breakfast on Saturdays. John Franklin, good morning. Pink's Adventures, good morning to you, and good morning to everybody out there. So yeah, we on the weekends, every day of the week, I make egg whites with peppers. So egg whites and peppers. So on the weekend, we do try to do something different. And it seems like is my video slow? Does it seem like the video is not keeping up with the audio at all? Anybody seeing that? Just let me know so I can kind of adjust some stuff here. Jeff Rice says, "Send out the rain." That's a dippy. Bodine, you don't know what a dippy egg is? I hope you know what a dippy egg is. So it's an egg that's over easy, not sunny side up. Sunny side up is really dippy because you don't cook the top of it. So it's one flip and you let the yellow just get a crust on it. You flip it back over. And the idea is you take your toast and you break it up. You break the yellow and you get all the yellow gooey stuff on your bread, on your toast, and you eat it. That's a dippy egg. Number one. Just had a tad HDR. Not bad. Okay. As long as it's holding up there, I'm okay. Some mornings this camera, this web camera just does some weird stuff. And I don't know. But Larry68, good morning to you. Nice to have you on board. Keith. cool. I live 40 miles from Athens towards South Carolina line, Lake Hartwell. Boy, that sounds like a nice place to ride. Anytime I hear lake, and I'm thinking park, and I'm thinking it could be a really, really cool place to ride and be a lot of fun there. Do 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 do. Look up hen in a nest. Okay, I'll have to check it out. Road Glide Andy. Just catching up here. I got a YouTube buddy coming from Colorado today. Going to spend the weekend touring with him on our sloppy New England trails. You can do some dirt riding with your bud. That's pretty cool. That's a good time. Good time for sure. Let me see if I can't change this camera and see if it clears up any at all. Maybe. Yeah, let's pull this monitor up a little bit. Let's see if this will keep up any better. Seems like it's about the same. I don't know. I don't know if it's any better or not, actually, but we get to turn this way now and see everybody here. So I did get the motorcycle out. Like I said, Thursday, I did go for a little ride. And it was nice. It was nice to get out. Why did I take those as... That's kind of weird. I don't know. I don't know why I took them like that. But anyway, there you go. Check this out. See, I got the bike out and took a little ride to the lake and got to see some people out there fishing and doing some interesting stuff at the lake there. But yeah, so it was nice to get out. Like I said, it was just a short ride. It wasn't that far at all. But Jack must be on dial-up today. I hope everything's running okay. Could be the computer. I was editing some video this morning, and the computer could be bogging down from that. I didn't compile it yet, that's for sure, because it would definitely be killing it. Anyway, so Paul, yeah, don't knock it, Paul. You know, sometimes you got to be on dial-up. No, I'm just kidding. May was an incredible person, an avid biker. Yeah, it's sad when we just recently lost a local biker from here too. Matter of fact, I mean, yeah, I'm not going to go into that story. I got more stories about things that happen, and sometimes I think about them and to respect the person's privacy. I don't want to get into the stories with them. So, but anyhow, I do like this view better because I get to sit directly on, look at you, and look at the chat room here at the same time. Let me blow the screen up a little bit. Oh, that's scary. That's a big Jack. Big bad Jack. Paul. Yeah, I know. Sometimes, I mean, the internet is really, really good where I live. It really is a good internet service. They've been providing internet for a long, long, long time. So let's talk about where is Mrs. HDR. Mrs. HDR decided she wanted these donuts from the special bakery we go to in a place called Chester. I believe it's Chester, West Virginia. And I think the baker, I can't remember the name of the bakery, but she is traveling there right now. She left and she's on a search for pumpkin donuts. So she's going down for some pumpkin donuts. I said, bring me one of those things back. I said, the log with the chocolate icing on and the custard in it. And she said, oh, an eclair. And I said, yeah, that's what it's called. Yeah, bring me back an eclair. When you fry your fish, do you use cornmeal or flour, Keith? All I did was I put salt and pepper on the fish, put sour cream in it, and get it all wet. Get it all wet. Just mash it up with your fingers, right? Get it all nice and wet. And then put a lot of flour in it and keep working it until it's all dried again, right? So when you pick it up, the fish is all coated, and you take pieces out, drop that in your fryer, and it's golden brown and delicious. I found a video on YouTube from a Southern guy. And he was really super great. And I'm not making fun of anybody, but with that southern accent, he said, he says sour cream right now. He said sour cream be a little bit up. It's a little expensive, but it is worth it. And you will be loving this fish. And it was simply amazing. Heifer in a month, Harley, because of a back issue, getting spasms, severe lower pain. Harley 103, I hope you work through that. I know, man. There's days I wake up. One day it was beautiful. Miss HR said, you go take the motorcycle, you can go riding. And I said, oh, and I would love to, but my knees were hurting so bad, so bad. And if anybody, yeah, Bronco rides the donuts. See, you can get all over that, right, Bronco? Donuts. So where is her Indian? Paul, there's a video coming out tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. On my channel. Please watch it. Everybody take your time and watch that video. You're going to hear a lot of very interesting stuff from Mrs. HDR, stuff that you never thought you would hear. And she talks about that very subject. So that's going to be a video you want to watch. That's what I was editing this morning, getting that all ready to go. So let's see. I'm on vacation for a week and a half, so I plan to take a trip with the Victory Pains. No worries. Road folk. Pains are out to be out. I know he wants me to make him breakfast. I know that's what he's been wanting. He's like, I want to ride to Burgettstown, Pennsylvania, and have some breakfast with HDR. That could be better than coffee with HDR. So let's see here. I saw a poll question on Instagram. HD Traveler. I would say get new suspension on your bike before anything else. Yeah, whose poll was that? I don't know who said it. That must have been Bodine's. Yeah, see, you put Bodine on there. I seen he put a poll on there too. I think the two greatest things you could put on a motorcycle, and everybody knows that I've been totally against suspension. I've been trying to fight that beast for a long time. On vacation, one of the videos, you'll hear Miss HR said, you are buying them shocks. She said, I don't care what it cost. You are changing these shocks. Because this road that we was on the highway, they had like little bumps, like not really speed bumps, but just annoying bumps. And our backs was like bam, 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 bam. And she said, you're buying them shocks. And again, she said, whatever they cost, buy them. So I got to order those. The second thing I think is the most important thing on the motorcycle, since I did it, is the handlebars. Get your arms up. You don't want your arms below. You don't want to get shoulder droop, having your arms right like real low on your bike. You want them up. You want them shoulder height is where you want them. And I tell you what, it has been so much more comfortable. I wish I would have did it before the trip, but I didn't know how the bike would handle. And you know what? It handles better. So, but give in HDR. You're right. I'm giving in. I'm gonna buy shock. So first update to your bike is everybody's first update to their bike is slip-on pipes. I think that's just a given. I think I had a video come out on that. I know I recorded one, and it's funny because everybody says your Harley sounds like a sewing machine. Okay, I don't really know. I guess like I guess that's what they're talking about. I don't know. But yeah, so they're just quiet. I'm waiting for Bob Nelson. Bob Nelson's buying a set of Reinhardts, and I can't wait until he gets those on Black Betty. They're going to sound amazing. Bob Nelson, again, is getting Reinhardt pipes. So, right, Bob? You are now. Great things to put on the motorcycles. Miles, Paul says, the riding with the wife on bad roads works every time. And Bob, that wasn't planned because you picked out the hotel. Bodine picked out the hotel we stayed at in Kentucky when we were going to meet them on our trip, and it just happened. And man, she was not a happy camper. Now, let me do a little rebuttal there. So, let's see. Let me read this from Keith first. I've had it that way. Next time, use your sour cream mix. Oh wait. Use your sour cream mix, cornmeal, and flour, half salt and pepper in a Ziploc bag. Shake the mixture up and put the fish on one at a time. Shake well, then fry it. Keith, I will try that next time. I will try to use some cornmeal, and we'll see how that works out. I mean, I'm always looking for new recipes. Let's see. First update was seat beads. Yep. So sometimes seat beads are a cheap upgrade, right? $100. You can do front and back. And Reinhardt's are sweet. They are Bronco. They are very nice pipes too. I like Reinhardt. I was going to buy Reinhardt's for mine until blame it on Bob. That's what I always say. That's what Mary always says too. Blame it on Bob. Bob went to Florida to Bike Week. This was when he still lived in PA, and he called me up, said, "Hey, they're doing my pipes here." They did them right there. He pulled it in. The vendors are there, and he got Vance and Hines Eliminator 400s at the time. So I looked at those. I looked at Reinhardt's. Reinhardt's were $685. The Vance and Hines were about $460, somewhere around there. So, I went with the lesser of the two evils, and I still love the Vance and Hines, the 400s. They still sound really good. So it was a great pick. Bob, and Bob and Colin will tell you, we call each other and we spend more money off of each other and probably we do any other way because we use each other as our testers, I guess, more or less. Every time when I hit a bump, I get comment from Mrs. about suspension. Michigan roads aren't the greatest. Oh, let me give you my rebuttal about the shocks. White or yellow cornmeal. Yeah, what would it be? White or yellow cornmeal? I imagine yellow, I would think. Batter mix is really good. Yeah, there is a couple batters out there that I really like. And first upgrade was grips for Smyrna Cowboy. Just going through some of these chat things here. Yeah, the 400s are good. I mean, they're still running great. Now I want fried green motors. Fried green motors. Nancy. That's pretty funny. Good morning, Keith. Good to have you on board. Tennessee Wingman. Hello. How are you today? Good to have you in there. So anyway, going back to the rebuttal of the suspension, when we left Bodine and Bronco Rod and their spouses, and we went down south, we went on our merry way for the next week of our leg of our vacation. The first night I called the guys up. Well, the first night I was looking, how do you adjust the suspension on a Road Glide Ultra? And I did a Google search. The very first search that came up, the very first one was Bronco Rides. He did a video a long time ago on how to adjust suspension with the one knob, where you turn it and you adjust it. So I got a hold of the guys. I said, what do you think? Do you think that this would help? Because the bike was loaded down with two people, two up riding, and I never changed the onboard suspension. I never adjusted it, never. So we found out that you needed to adjust it to 14. It was set at like 6. So when I set it to 14, the rest of our vacation was a lot better. A lot better. Not 100% better where Mrs. HDR still does not tell me to buy new shocks. We were out. When did we go away? Oh, we went to the rib cook-off recently. The video that you're going to see tomorrow morning. I think you're really going to enjoy that video. I was sitting here editing. I'm like, this is probably my number one video of the year. This is one of those where you're you're going to walk the YouTube red carpet for this video because it not really that, but what I mean? It was, to me, it felt like it was really good for me. We always talk about what was your favorite video that you've done? This one is ranking up really, really high. I really enjoyed it. And I think because I got that second person on back, Mrs. HR is talking. She's become very, very fluent with the microphones now. She's become very fluent with being on YouTube. She doesn't really like too much. You won't see too much of her face, her personally, but you'll hear a lot of her voice, and she's very good. She's speaking so much better. I do hit her with questions on there, and she's like, I don't remember. Because there's things that I pick up that your wife says, certain things, and you throw them back at them, and they don't really remember they said it. And they think only men do that. But anyway, let me go through some of these here and see what's going on. Yeah, can't wait. Bob says, can't wait to see it. It's just the stuff that came out of my wife's mouth on that video. I still can't believe it. and we've been married for 20 years, and you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. Um, Bodine, thanks, man. I deserve a thumbs up. I appreciate that. Um, let's see. Vance and Hines destroyers on my Street Glide special with the Vance and Hines power duels. Stage 4 build has blown out a lot of the baffling packaging. Okay. Let's see what else is going on. All right. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you're right, Bob. You did spend a week with Mrs. HDR, and you heard a lot. You got to you got to pick up a lot on Mrs. HDR, and I'll tell you what, she's some days. I mean, did you guys all play all do that, and even you women in here, there's times that your spouse will say something you don't even realize. You know, you look at them, you're like, have I really been married to you for 20 years? Maybe I haven't been paying attention. I don't know. But yeah, it's funny because they say things and you're like, what? And okay, so see, now my cat's up here, so I gotta go. Shut up, cat. Shut up, cat. I'm live. I'm on the internet. Yeah, you can't be on the internet. What the heck? I think my cat's just getting old and he's just freaking out. He chases everything. Or there's spirits in the house he's chasing. I don't know. He's going back downstairs. That's cool. I guess Harley Dayrider has never heard him called Motors. Mator. I never did. I don't even know what you're talking about. I'm kind of lost. Have never heard him called Mators. Please educate me. That's something I need educated on. So, thanks, Bronco. I'll let her know when she comes home that you guys are all supportive of her. So anyway, Jon Snow said it best. If you watched Game of Thrones, winter is coming. Winter is coming. They always talked about winter coming. I think it was 5 or 6 seasons until winter finally came. So I don't know where they live, but that's pretty good. You go 6 whole years with no winter. Grandson. Nancy says grandson was saying country slang in school. Jared said you're going to get him in trouble. Who in the heck was that? Tomato. Oh, maters. I got you. You used to say that. Look up on YouTube, Ralphie May. Ralphie May. He died way too young. He was probably only in his 40s. Ralphie May is a stand-up comedian, and he would say that too. He said, I got to go down and get me some fried green maters. Fried green maters. And he's just a hilarious guy. Went to see him live one time in Pittsburgh, and just teacher asked where he learned it, and he said it was okay. Where he learned it, and he said it was okay. Yeah, well, this year I can give you some insights so far. A lot of I've talked about it openly on every platform that I am now a teacher, an educator. I never thought that would happen in my entire lifetime. The opportunity arose, and I said, I'm going to give that a try, see if I like it. If I don't like it, I can go back and work in a company somewhere. I mean, there's always a job out there. So I decided I was going to try it out. And so far, so good. I'm loving it. There's some things, some days, no jobs are perfect. But when those kids walk into my classroom, something clicks in my head and I'm a whole different person. Now, not to say that I'm a bad person here. I'm not a bad person on a motorcycle. And I told them the other day, they're writing notes and they said, "Oh, we're sorry we're taking so long." And I said, this is my response to my kids. I said, I'm here for you. You're not here for me. Take your time, take your notes. It's okay. We're in no rush. And right now, I have 2 classes. I teach an AM class and a PM class. Right now, they are both doing 3rd week work, and we only ended week 2. So I have some really, really brilliant people that I'm teaching, and I told them they make my job enjoyable. They make my job easy. because they're like a sponge, man. I throw the information out there and they are just pulling it in and pulling it in, and they're inquisitive. They have all these questions that you need. I used to intern college kids that don't have questions like my high school students do, about networks, about hacking. Hey, here's a good question too. Anybody out there? I put this on my Facebook the other day. I am looking for companies that will allow myself and my students, so they'll be very well monitored, to be able to scan your company's servers, scan your network, and then what we'll do for you, we'll give you a free what's called a penetration report. We will give you free information on how to make your network secure. So if you ever thought of buying cybersecurity insurance, you need people like us. And we're going to do it totally for free, but we need, a consent. I will send a letter out to you. You'll sign it saying, yep, we're authorizing you to do this, you and your students, because they need real world experience. We're not going to take anything. We're not going to break anything. We're just going to scan your network and give you a report saying, look, this is how you can fix the stuff. And people pay anywhere from $5,000 to $20,000 to get these companies to do this for you, and we're going to do it for absolutely free. So let me know. I mean, if you ever thought about it, I've had a couple home users say, well, you can scan my home computer. That's okay, and we can do that for you and get you some security ideas, because we could probably hack into all your home computers right now, break right into them, and pretty much take what you want. Anybody can, but it's not real world. My guys got to learn like real world cybersecurity, like they're getting hired for a Fortune 500 company. That's where they're going. That's where we're trying to push them into. So have a great day, Bob. Good to see you. Go out there and get those Reinhardt pipes and get those on your bike, and I can't wait to hear those. Great with salt and pepper and Italian dressing. So anyway, that's my little spiel this morning. That's kind of what we're looking for, to hopefully do something there. Like, what's the best way to reach you about your cyber project for your students? I have a Bill who works. I have in North Carolina, who is in the field. Toby, hit me up on Instagram. Let's talk on Instagram, and we can get in there and use the direct messaging feature and kick back some ideas of what you're thinking or what you need. But I would truly appreciate it, because it's going to help these kids out. Sorry, can't scan mine. Nothing on it. Just can't. Are you talking your home computer or your business? So, Bob, just trying to get that out there. So anyway, yeah, that's the plans this week. Everybody's on a holiday weekend. Hopefully everybody doesn't have to work on Monday. I know we're off. I did have one of my kids actually, and this is when you have a really good class of students. They were upset that we were closed Monday. They were actually upset that we were closed Monday. The one kid told me, he said, "Sir," he said, "Mr. HDR," and I said, "Yes." And he said, "Do you think you can come work at my high school and teach there?" And I said, "Why?" He said, "Because then I think more students would want to come to high school if you taught there." That blows me away, guys. This is like the beginning of my year 2. And it's just to be able to reach kids in that positive nature. I mean, I'm having so much fun. Just a blast. But you didn't come here to hear that, did you? You came here to hear that I ordered the Sportster S. I went out, put money down on it, and so we got that bike coming, and we have to buy this other motorcycle that Mrs. HDR wants. And no, that was a lie. I didn't. I haven't even seen a Sportster S. I talked to the dealer to see when they're coming out, and he said probably late October is what they've been told. October, November, they should start showing up at the dealers. I don't know if anybody's ever seen them yet, but I'm kind of interesting to see it with that new engine on it, to see what it runs like. It doesn't really look like a Sportster anymore, right? They kind of took the Sportster away from it. I'm kind of old school. Hey, J.M. Baker, good morning. Yeah, School of Rock, man. School of Rock was awesome, right? Jack Black going in. He's like posing as a substitute teacher. He has no credentials to be a teacher, but he could teach rock and roll, right? And that was one of the most uplifting shows ever made. Let's see. They'll be there for their first snow. Paul, it's funny now because I told him, when we were younger, and Paul, I know you're about my age. We talked during VAM. That when we were younger in a snow day, when there was a snow day, we got to stay home and go out and play in the snow. Kids don't get that anymore. When there's a snow day, they have to log on the computer, and we have assignments pre-packaged for them on the computer, and they have to do those assignments. And or I'll email them to say, like, look, school's closed today. The assignment's in X folder. You have to go in there and do a reading and write a paper. So they don't get days off anymore. But then again, they don't have to go. I remember one time in school, we went almost until July. It was like it had to be like the last week of June, and we were still in school. It was horrible. Yeah, most schools around here don't have air conditioning, and it was hot. Let's see. Jamon said, can't ever happen. Can't it faking like that? Yeah. Wife just walked into the room. I asked her if she was going for a ride. Thank God she laughed. Chuck, what do you mean? Thank God she laughed. She plays out there now, firing up the bike, getting it warmed up, waiting for you to get off the coffee at HDR so you can take her for a ride. Chuck, I would have caught a broom in the back of the head. NVA rider. Oh, you people are on fire today. On fire. Oh, wait. I read that wrong. Your wife came in with the broom, and you was wondering if she was taking a ride on the broom. Yeah, you should have got smacked in the head for that one. My wife would have cracked me, man. Cracked me. I did read it again. Sorry, Harley 103. That was awesome, for sure. Yeah, mine would definitely smack me in the back of the head. So, okay. So I sent you an Instagram direct message. I think my brother-in-law is a programmer. I think he does the coding security for tech firms or something like that. Okay, yeah, we can definitely reach out and talk to him for sure. Like I said, we're trying to get some paperwork done up. I'll probably have to talk to my administration and see how that works, but we'll figure it out. The kids need some real world experiences. Page rides, that was the same thing. I walked to school 5 miles in the snow up and down. Can't wait for Mrs. Cowboy to go for a ride with me. Smyrna, and I think she's going to be going for a ride with you very soon. On that very, very sweet looking new ride you bought. The Can-Am Spider is an amazing motorcycle / trike / three-wheeler, but they're very stable, and they're just fun to ride. It's just a fun vehicle to ride around on. I think one day, if I ever get to the point where my knees are no longer holding me up and I'm going 3 wheels, I would like to go Can-Am Spider. I mean, that's an awesome ride. So, and I really enjoy them. But Harley 103, got to run, guys. Have a good weekend. Have a good holiday weekend. Take care. I did see something in here too as I was chit-chatting and flapping my gums and blah, blah, blah. And so, Roguelite Andy, I'm on vacation until Wednesday with a chainsaw calling my name for the entire time. Yes, Roguelite Andy, you got to get ready because, as I said, winter is coming. With winter brings cold weather. And it's going to be really, I don't know what it's going to be this year, if it's going to be cold or not. Paul says, where are you riding to today, HDR? I'm not riding anywhere today, actually. At least I don't have any plans on it. Unless Mrs. HDR comes back from her donut run and says, we're going on a motorcycle ride. Then maybe we'll go somewhere. But I have no plans on a ride today. I got an HDR garage video to do, and I'm hoping to either do that tomorrow at some point or Monday morning because I got Monday off now. So maybe I'll do that Monday since I'm not going to work. Get the garage video done. Bronco Ride, have a great day, and I'll talk to you later on this evening. Pants Rise, don't forget uphill. Yeah, uphill in the snow both ways. We used to walk, that's for sure. Toby, did you receive your box? Headed north. Okay, so Toby's getting a box coming. Log splitter. Yeah, you got to have an automatic log splitter, man. That's for sure. That makes your life a lot easier. So something new here, anyway, with Coffee with HDR. We are talking. I was talking to Be the Rider PA. I don't know if you watch his channel or not. And he told me there's a coffee shop in Washington, not a Starbucks, just a guy that owns a coffee shop. And he asked me if I'd be interested in doing a live coffee with HDR at the coffee shop. So I don't know who would be in the audience. I don't know who would be there, but I'd like to have 2 cameras so you can see anybody that might be coming in for coffee. And we're going to do like a motorcycle, instead of a bike night where you go and drink beer, we're gonna have like a bike morning where you come and drink coffee. So I think that's going to be awesome. So it's interesting, to be asked, and we're trying to work out some, uh, logistics, I guess, with cameras and audio for that event. But that'll be coming up, and it might even be when the snow flies. I don't know which show it'll be or which event. I mean, I'm sure on Instagram I'll be definitely advertising it hard to be out there at the coffee shop. So I think that would be very, very cool. They just heard it was Coffee with HDR, and it kind of went with the motto of their coffee shop. So, um, Pink's Rides, take care. Thank you so much for stopping by. I do appreciate that. And as always, Irish coffee. Irish coffees are very good. Myself and Miss HDR loves a good Irish coffee. We had probably the best I ever had in Memphis when we were on vacation. And man, it was real, true Irish coffee, and it was awesome. Good stuff, man. But yeah, so I don't know. I talked to the guy and I said, look, I said, I don't really want to, like, I'm not pushing his coffee brand on anybody. So it's not going to be a sales pitch by any means. It's just going to get me out of the HDR studios and get me somewhere else. And I think that's kind of cool to be able to go out. So I probably will be testing some live streams out, maybe in my garage first with the laptop equipment. We've done on location streams before with Bronco Ride. I've done them before. I did them with Bodine when we were out together. So I know I can do a live stream on a location as long as their internet holds up. So I think that's going to be cool to do that. Yeah, and I'm glad that Be the Rider PA was kind of pushing that whole thing to have like a coffee morning with a bunch of bikers there. So, you know, if it wasn't in the winter, if it was nice, I would try to do it outside. I would do it outside with all the motorcycles sitting behind us, as I'm sitting there talking to all you. So you can see that we actually pulled a group together. But plus it'll give this little Coffee with HDR show a little local publicity with the local biker groups. So I think that would be awesome. And then I'll get to know some of those. And then the hashtag, ride with Jack could come true. I could find people to ride with. And that would be awesome to have friends to ride with around here. Just something different, something I'm thinking about doing, and it's nice to be asked anyway to be go out and do a on location shoot. And who knows, I might look for independent coffee shops all over the place after that, and just do these little broadcasts at their coffee shops. I'd have to get up much earlier in the morning and actually get like fully dressed, not just shorts and a shirt. Might have put like pants on and shoes and load the car up. But I would do it, and I think it's great. We had a great community here now. Everybody's been fantastic on this show. A lot of you come from all walks of life, and I appreciate that. I appreciate your time every Saturday morning. And what was this, show number 37 already? So tearing it up. We're not burning down no castles, but we have a great group of people here. I got a wonderful community, and it's just it's breathtaking to me to know that everybody like logs on here Saturday morning and says, hey, we're just going to load the chat room up. Everybody in the chat room pretty much knows each other. We're still kind of working and kind of figuring out in my head the February meetup. I told you we want to do a February meetup where you actually drive in or fly in to a hotel. We're going to have a couple conferences, and Miss HR said, why don't you have like a YouTube awards, to a lot of a lot of you guys, not all, but a lot of your YouTubers. We can do like a YouTube award and maybe call YouTube or get a hold of Google and say, look, can we get some like nice awards or something? The judges would not be eligible to participate in any of their videos, but we can judge some other videos, for creativity, content, editing, stuff like that. I mean, just to have fun, maybe you get a YouTube award, hang it on your wall. So, Jamon, my Harley took a crap on me a couple weeks back. I ain't got the money to fix it. So I just brought home last night's video for my channel. Well, here's a way to do it, Jamon. I don't know how mechanically inclined you are, but get yourself a service manual, get some tools, and you're going to have a lot of garage videos, and those do very, very well for people. I like garage videos. I like, people that go out and work on their own bikes and show me things. There's a guy that I watch all the time, Saddle Tramp. Saddle Tramp is in Mississippi. He just got a new garage put up, and he's back in business, man. He's already tearing his bikes apart and rebuilding them. So really, really nice to watch him. So HDR, can we have a toga party during the February meetup? Yeah, sure. Sure, Pants Rods. Now, Paynes, I know you're about my age, and a lot of younger people are like, what's a toga? Toga what? But if you really want to know what a toga party is, watch Animal House. I believe the first one would probably be the best one to learn. But anyway, got one, but I can't post a link. Okay, so you do have one out. Yeah, so I don't know how many people know toga parties. Nancy, city girl turned country back to city. Best of both worlds. Hey, you're right. You're right. I've been in the country, I've been in the city, and I've been in the rural areas. Rural areas is probably where I like to hang the most because everything's accessible and you don't have to drive too far to get anything. Saddle Tramp is here in Louisville this weekend for a 5 Dirty Bikers Moto meetup. He is a hell of a guy. He is, and we were supposed to meet him on vacation, and I was in communications with him for 2 or 3 days of where we were staying, what hotel he wanted us to stay at so he can get to it easily from his house. And it just absolutely blew up with rain. I mean, just the biggest downpours. There was no way. And it was going to rain at his house too for like 3 or 4 days for our vacation. So we didn't get to meet Saddle Tramp, and I will. I plan on it one day, even if I got to jump on the bike and ride to his place myself. I'm going to do it one day and take it would take like maybe 4 days, something like that. A couple of days down, hang out with him for a day and a couple of days home or something. So 4 or 5 days, I don't know, but I think it would be really, really nice. And he is a good person. So I'm glad he got his garage up. So Road Glide Andy's garage is open for business. Road Glide Andy, if you don't know, he just recently quit his full-time job, and he is now running a independent motorcycle company out of his house, out of his garage. So if you have any bikes and you live in the Pittsburgh area that needs fixed, get a hold of him on Instagram and send him a message, and he will take care of it. So anyway, that's about it. We're going to be wrapping this show up today. And remember, get out there and ride when you can. I mean, winter's coming here in the north, and I know you Southerners, you're like, I ride all year long. We just can't do it. I ride when it's cold, but not when there's snow and ice and salt on the road. You give it up then. Hang the bike up in the garage. But thanks so much for everybody for turning out today. I do appreciate each and every one of you. You are what makes this show on Saturday mornings possible. I just come, turn it on, bring a cup of coffee, and I like to see who joins me. And I got a great community, a great group of people. It blows me away every weekend. So with that said, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to let you guys get out of here and go about your day. I'll go about my day. Thanks for hanging in there with me with all the fishing stories. I know it was a little off kilter, but it's inside HDR's head. And sometimes it's a scary place to be, but it's my place, right? I could be alone with my own thoughts. HDR, good one, HDR. Tending to the brisket on the smoker. Oh, man, not like a smoked brisket. Just picking the direction you're going. Be well, everyone. Take care, everybody. Remember, as always, ride your own ride. Be safe out there. I'll be down and out in the beautiful HDR studios here in southwestern Pennsylvania. Good day, everybody, and I'll see you on Instagram. Bye.